What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. For this Tuesday, February 1st, 2022, I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here today. I'm quite aware you could have been anywhere in this world today. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today, but you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So, welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my good friends, on this first day of February 2022. And I'm going to play this song here that can really signify what's going on, be the first of the month. Check this out. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Thought I'd just play that for you guys to start off. How's everybody doing out there? How's everybody doing out there? Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, we have an action-packed show today. But before we do that and start the show, I always like to state my intentions. And my intention is to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your life transitions. So that's what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. See if anybody's checking in just yet. Not just yet, but that's okay. Hey, so again, like I mentioned, this is the first day of Black History Month. February marks Black History Month, and we're gonna talk about that. But it ain't all good, ladies and gentlemen out there. It ain't all good here on this February the 1st. So, that's some things I want to talk about with you, the Transition Army. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in, my Transition to God Army, which you are the special guest today, as you are each and every week. But this first day of February, again, is the first day of Black History Month, and more than a dozen HBCUs have gotten bomb threats this first day of Black History Month. Okay, and more than a dozen HBCUs, more than a dozen of them, got bomb threats. Well, a growing number of historically black colleges, universities have had to lock down or postpone classes due to bomb threats this first day of Black History Month. At least 13 HBCUs, 13 of them at least, reported bomb threats today. And some HBCUs received bomb threats as early as yesterday, Monday. Now, some of the HBCUs that have received bomb threats are Coppin State University, Mississippi Valley State, you have Morgan State, Alcorn State, you also have Tougaloo College, Jackson State, Kentucky State, Fort Valley State, Howard University, Xavier University in Louisiana, the University of the District of Columbia, Spelman College, and Edward Waters University. So, man, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And it called for Morgan State professor and MSNBC contributor Dr. Jason Johnson. He tweeted today, he says, my campus is the latest HBCU to face bomb threats, to face a bomb threat. Over half a dozen HBCUs have received threats in the last few weeks. Not exactly how you want Black History Month 2022 to begin. Man, this is crazy. So I just want to read out those schools because, if you have loved ones there or what have you, or you're former alumnus of these schools, we're praying for you guys. I hoping everybody is safe and sound in their dorms. If they're there on campus, just making sure everybody's safe and just put it out there, just letting people know what exactly is going on, these racial things that are going on. I mean, start a Black History Week, a month, I should say. What is going on? We got Felicia joining us from the Ville. What's up, Felicia? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy belated birthday to you as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Transition Tuesdays. So, man, I tell you, this is crazy. So I want to know, where's all this fear of what is the fear of young, educated black people coming from? Where's this coming from? It has to be coming from a place. This is just outrageous. This is crazy. Why targeting these HBCUs? What are these? And again, tonight's theme, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over some stories. Tonight's theme is all about race and racism. So, these groups joining in and trying to terrorize these HBCUs with these bomb threats. I mean, what is that all about? And where is this coming from? Where's that hate coming from? We got my man Chris, Uncle Smooth Williams joining us here. ESPN's own, Mac Chat's own, Mac Conference own. This guy does it all, man. Oh man, what's up, Chris? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friend. So, I don't know what in the world is going on. This hate is coming from a place that I don't know. It's unexplainable. I don't know what is going on here. So, I ask you guys, where is this hate coming from? Especially with these HBCUs. I mean, what is going on? Are these hate groups targeting, this month for Black History Month and targeting the young and the educated Black people? What are they trying to send a message? What are they trying to say? That we're trying to, try to eliminate Black educated young people? I don't know what's going on. I can't call it, but this hate is going this hate is coming from somewhere. And again, as we know, racism hasn't gone anywhere. And with the next story I'm about to talk about, you will see that that's pretty evident of what's going on with the racial theme that's part of the show today. So, and speaking of that, that's the question I put out there. What is the fear of young, educated Black people coming from? There seems to be a fear here. And that's the reason why this is going on in these HBCUs with these bomb threats. Hopefully I haven't heard anything about these threats, which is great. I think the schools are taking the provisions of locking down, canceling classes as well. So let's just hope let's pray for everybody that they're safe and sound and we don't succumb to this racism and this nonsense that's going on. Speaking of racism, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about this next story. And it's just hot off the presses. And like I always say, man, something always goes down on the Transition Tuesdays. Man, this is hot off the presses maybe hours ago. So you have ex-Miami Dolphin coach Brian Flores. He files a class action lawsuit against the NFL over racial hiring practices. This just came down the hopper, as they say. This just came down. And I saw an interesting quote, and I wanted to share it with everybody and get your thoughts on it. There's a quote that's going out there that says, the NFL is racially segregated and managed much like a plantation. Think about that in 2022, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that. I know Brian Flores, from Brooklyn, by the way, New Yorker. He interviewed after he got fired by the Dolphins. I know he's alleged saying that, I think it was with the Denver Broncos. He's saying that, because of the Rooney Rule, when he was interviewed, he's saying some brass and executives from the Denver Broncos, they came to the meeting disheveled, maybe like drunk, before he did his interview. They're saying that, I think that the owner of the Miami Dolphins was offering Brian Flores $100,000 per game that he tanked so they could get a higher draft pick. He's saying this in the lawsuit as well. Oh man, this is absolutely crazy, man. And this is going to rock the NFL because, as you know, this is going to be very similar to Colin Kaepernick because, as we know, Colin Kaepernick had to take the hit. And he knew that he wasn't going to play in the NFL again. Might be the same situation with Brian Flores. He's definitely not going to be able to coach in the NFL again because of this class action lawsuit. So, we really have to see what's going on here. And, man, this is crazy because, and I admire Brian Flores' courage on this. I mean, he is taking the hit so other people can eat or maybe get an opportunity for coaching. He is really exposing the NFL with this lawsuit about the racial, ethnicities that's going on in the NFL. He is like really shining the light on it. He is taking the major hit because he is not going to coach again. Once you see, once you have the lawsuits against the NFL, I mean, it's going to be 99% chance that he will not be returning. So he is taking the hit for the masses. And I'll be willing to say, I think he's sacrificing his coaching, coaching for the good of his own people. I'm going to go as far as that. Just like Colin Kaepernick did that, I could say the same thing about Brian Flores. Could definitely say the same thing about him. He is sacrificing his livelihood for the good of his people because of these practices, these these wrong practices that are going on in the NFL. And ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I'll share this with you. I believe, like I heard other people say, this is all on the NFL owners. This aspect is all about the NFL owners, all about them. Because, number one, they got to either take a dump or get off the pot, as they say. Are they going to be willing to make a change by hearing all of this, what happened, what went on with Brian Flores in his lawsuit? Are they going to be able to pivot and make a change, or are they going to continue the status quo? And when you continue the status quo, we're going to keep seeing the same thing over and over again. My man at the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's the only black head coach. And if his name escapes me, guys, if somebody could just send that over to me. Man, I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. He looks like Omar Epps too, man. But he's the only head black coach. There's only 5 more vacancies left. They have hired people already. Brian Flores he was on a text message with Bill Belichick, who his former employer was. And he just was saying hey, man, congratulations on getting the Giants job. And then Flores said, are you hearing something on I am? I thought I did well in it. And then Bill Belichick had to text him back, said, wait a second. Oh, my apologies, man. I just heard that the other guy got the job, man. He profusely apologized to Flores on that. Where is this coming from? This is crazy. This Rooney Rule is a farce, number one. It's just, you have to interview people. You have to interview black candidates. Is this what you have to do? And granted, I understand if you own a team, you want to hire, you can hire who you want to hire. But Jesus, let's not make it blatant the way it's going on. Man, this is just absolutely crazy. This is crazy. From this Rooney Rule, which is a farce, to what's going on with Brian Flores. This is absolutely crazy. Racism is alive and well. In the NFL, in our daily lives, what we're seeing here, racism ain't going nowhere. Racism is not going anywhere. And this is just a crazy thing, especially in this NFL. So Brian Flores, he is really, he's shining a major spotlight on the NFL. And again, the owners, going to be all up to the owners. It's not up to these players. It's up to the people that own these teams. It's up to these people that, let's just say CEO. I like what Draymond Green talked about. He says, we shouldn't call these people owners. Mine's just too much of slavery. Maybe we should call them CEOs of companies. I like that a little better. So maybe these CEOs of companies, they got to change their practices. They got to make changes, or we're going to continue having status quo. And then again, we'll just do the Rooney Rule, and they'll just interview black people because they have to do so, and won't hire them, and then we'll be in the same place over and over again. But again, if this lawsuit can make major headway and major damages into the NFL. But somebody has to be accountable for this, because Brian Flores has too much. It seems like a lot of evidence in this lawsuit could really blow the lid off the NFL. So again, these CEOs, these quote-unquote owners, they have to take heed on this, because they hold all the answers to it. They have all the answers to the questions that are unanswered. They have it. Either they're going to make a change, or it's going to be status quo, and we're going to be having this done every single year, and then we're just going to have just maybe one coach right now in the NFL who happens to be black. You got all these other assistant coaches who are hot assistant coaches. I know the guy from the Chiefs. What happened to him? Bieniemy, right? He was hot 2 years ago. I don't know if he even interviewed for a job this year. You got Brian Leftwich, who was with Tampa Bay. I'm sure he interviewed. Will they interview for formalities? Were they going to get the job? Apparently, it doesn't seem like they are because there's only one head black coach in the NFL, which is preposterous. Absolutely crazy. Man. So, that's my question. Again, another question that, did Brian Flores sacrifice his coaching career for the good of his people? And I will start first. I say yes. I say yes. Here's a guy who took a stand. Here's a guy when they were saying he was offered $1,000 to tank games, $100,000 for each game that he tanked. He refused to do it. That's a stand-up individual. That's the stand-up individual. And that's somebody who is worthy of being a head coach in this NFL. But these other owners, these other CEOs don't see it that way. But you got that systemic racism just here and here, just alive and well, alive and kicking. It has to be a stop. This has to end. This systemic racism is real, from sports to life. And Brian Flores, I applaud that young man. Here's a guy who was taking a major stance for the good of his people. Just like Colin Kaepernick. You got to throw Brian Flores in the mix as well. Because right now, I would imagine Brian Flores, he probably wouldn't take the job if you offered it to him now. And I wouldn't blame him. Who wants to be involved in those conditions, those racial conditions that he had to endure? Who wants to be a head coach with that? So this could really blow the lid off of it. And speaking of blowing the lid off, man, number 45 is at it again, ladies and gentlemen. You think he went somewhere? You think he went to Florida? You think he was hanging out chilling, No, again, spewing the racism as, again, the best way he knows how in a rally, and sat this past Saturday talking about how the district attorneys in New York and Florida, in Georgia, who just happen to be black, they're racist against him, and if they continue this rhetoric, there's going to be issues in those cities very similar to what went down in the resurrection January 6th. You remember that? So the theme of this show today, unfortunately, on this February 1st, has to deal with race. And again, a lot of it is systemic racism. What we talked about, we don't really talk about that enough, but we're seeing it in our everyday lives, from the racism and the hatred that's going on from these bomb threats at HBCUs to this Brian Flores lawsuit against the NFL about racial hiring practices to number 45 still in his ways. We got to do better than this. We got to do better than this, ladies and gentlemen. We got to do better. We know better. We got to start doing better. Because this is just ridiculous. And it's a shame. It's sad. It's sad that these state of affairs are going on, this first day of Black History Month, which I think we should celebrate Black History Month every single day, personally. That's my personal opinion on it, But I think there's some people out there who want to erase, the history of black people. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? But it's a lot of racism going on. We got to follow and see what this, with this lawsuit with Brian Flores has with the NFL. See what goes on with that, because he's really exposing some people here who need to be exposed. And these are these CEOs of these companies. They need to be exposed. They need to make changes. They need to make these changes now. Better now than later. So, on this February 1st, it ain't all good. But just be aware of what's going on and understand what's going on. And I try to give you the skinny on things when I can. Especially on these Transition Tuesdays. So I appreciate you guys tuning in today here on Transition Tuesdays. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end a little short here today. But ladies and gentlemen, if we were able to make you laugh, smile, and think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory, ladies and gentlemen, as I play my theme music on the way out. Hey! Yes! Woo! All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Transition Tuesdays. Each and every Tuesday here. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I thank you guys so much. You can always check out Transition Tuesdays, either this episode or past episodes. You can reach us on our YouTube channel, Transition Tuesdays, okay? And when you're on the channel, please make sure you like and subscribe before you leave the channel, okay? We're very much so appreciative if you do so when you're doing that. If you haven't been following me already, you still have the opportunity to follow me, okay? On Instagram, all right, Russ Will Transitions with an S. That's Russ Will Transitions with an S. Okay, you can follow me there. And shout out to you over there, you watching over there, you in the background, the Transition Army. Shout out to you guys. You guys are my guests today, and I'm gonna give you guys your applause and your just due for tuning in. I appreciate you guys, Transition Army. I thank you guys for being my special guest today. I really appreciate you guys. You know I do. You know I do. Let's get back to the music. All right. So, I want to do this because I did this one other time and we had a tie. So, I'm opening this up to the Transition Army. If one person can inbox me their full name and mailing address, I'll get them a candy gift pack, compliments of our sponsor, Sweet Candy Cafe. Now, Sweet Candy Cafe is located in Lumberton, North Carolina, the home of Southern sweetness. So after the show, okay, we're almost done here. So after the show, I want you to go to sweetcandycafe.com and order all your confectionery goodies right now. And remember, they ship home and abroad. So make sure you do that, right? At sweetcandycafe.com. And again, I'm putting out there to the Transition Army once again. We had a tie, so I had to honor that and gave it to two people. Two lucky people received the candy gift pack from Sweet Candy Cafe. I'm putting out it again. First person to inbox me their full name, mailing address, I will get them that Sweet Candy Cafe candy gift pack. Compliments of Transition Tuesdays. All right, so make sure we do that, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, as we say in parting, happy transitioning, and we'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. Be safe. God bless.